All right. Now, something that totally came, and I want to thank Johnny Alfonso for putting this up. Apparently, the Fimi X8 Mini is on its way. Bill the Drone Reviewer here. If you like the content of this video or anything on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With that, let's begin. The other night I hosted Rotor Talk Live, and for part of that evening we discussed the breaking news regarding the Fimi X8 Mini. We actually have a release date and some specs regarding that. So without any further ado, let's roll that clip in its entirety. All right. Now, something that totally came, and I want to thank Johnny Alfonso for putting this up. Apparently, the Fimi X8 Mini is on its way. Let's go ahead and get some information up on this, which was very exciting news. I mean, I was thoroughly excited to see this today. Let's go ahead and share the screen here. All right, at Easter comes Fimi X8 Mini, the new drone without a license, competing with DJI Mini 2. All right. Wow, some real honest to goodness pictures. And it looks like a watered down version initially at first glance of the Fimi X8 SE, okay, 2020. Let's take a look here. Fimi, subsidiary of Xiaomi, famous for Mi Drone 4K and then for the A3 and X8 SE, unveiled some features of the X8 Mini, a new drone weighing less than 250 grams that will allow it in Italy and Europe to be conducted without the so-called license, even in urban scenarios if the flight space is allowed, with a possibility of overflighting uninformed people as long as they are not assembled. The characteristics of the new X8 Mini drone declared today by Fimi are maximum flight time of 31 minutes, fast charging battery via the classic Type-C smartphone charger, gimbal camera mechanically stabilized on 3 axes with 4K and HDR video, smart flight features such as Dronia's orbits, panoramas. They meant to say droney. It probably is a misspelling. Ability to broadcast the return video in live streaming. So sounds like you'd be able to do live streaming from this. Transmission range of 8 kilometers to be verified what will be in Europe with EC powers. It can also be piloted without a remote control directly from the smartphone. Now that is very interesting. That's something that's brand new. The same Fimi has stated that the characteristics will be very similar to those of the DJI Mini 2. According to the information in our possession, the Mini X8 will also have some more features than the Mini 2 in addition to live streaming. Factors that could push DJI to respond by adding features to the Mini 2, also publishing the expected SDK, Software Developers Kit, and to resume the firmware updates of the Mini 1, apparently abandoned to itself, but could become an entry level with an attack price in the 250 range grams. Understand this was translated from some other language here. Okay, I just want to let you know that. You can see it has between 250 and 350 euros. The price of the X8 Mini has not been announced. According to our estimates, it should be between 250 and 350 euros. The official presentation is scheduled for April 6th. It will probably coincide with the start of pre-orders, presumably an initial exclusive on Banggood, as it has already happened for A3 and X8. Okay, and then apparently it's from Italy because this is where this is from, and this is now that's just a regular Fimi. There's not really anything else on there. First of all, I want to thank Johnny Drone Flyer for this. Let's get the pictures up here again. Okay. I want to thank Johnny Drone Flyer for sending me this information. I'm going to go ahead out and reach out to my contact at Fimi. I haven't heard back from them. I've emailed them a couple of times. So I'm going to see if I can go ahead and confirm some of this information. And I'll try to include that in my broadcast for next Tuesday night in my news and updates in that section. But exciting news, okay? And this is, talk about perfect timing, okay? Because I just sold my Fimi X8 SE 2020, all right? How much better can the timing get than that? I mean, really, it really is. It is pretty cheap. Drone Views Media. DJI will have to up their game. Yeah, they finally. Okay, I hope Fimi gets it, and I hope there's a couple of things that I want to say about this. Number one, let's hope that there is no horizon tilt issue with this, okay? Because if it is coming out of the gate, okay, it'll shoot this down so fast, make your head spin, all right? Because that's one thing that a lot of people get really tired with the Fimi X8 SE and the SE 2020 is that horizon tilt issue. And let's also hope with this, okay, that there's no interference issue, that they have found a way to possibly insulate the electronics in there so they don't get interfered with. Because to me, that was my number one pet peeve with the Fimi X8 SE 2020 was that interference. I would go to the end of the lake that I'm on down here. I wouldn't have any issues. As soon as I go down to the other end of the lake, and it didn't matter if I went to the back of the lake or right through the middle of the lake, there's a point. It just gets some interference, and that automatic return to home engages. Okay, and there's nothing you can do about that, and you lose signal for maybe 10 or 15 seconds. Not good. Okay, I'm hoping that Fimi has bolstered those. If Fimi has bolstered those two things up, I think their cameras are good. I think the camera on the X8 SE 2020 was a good camera. The video from it and the stills from it, I think, were good quality. I think they do rival in a way DJI's. They're not as good, but they do that. And if they can keep this in that price range, guys, $250 to $350, okay? Let's say it tops out at like $300, all right? This thing will fly off the shelves or fly off of Banggood shelves. Now, here's an item of note, okay? Now, I know a lot of you guys, Jaybird, you're right. I think it's going to be about 300. I agree. You know the trials and tribulations of ordering from Banggood, okay? One thing I can tell you is this. If you find out that this has gone on sale, and of course, I'll get links up when it does get on sale, all right? And it would really help the channel a lot if you could use those links. I will post them in the videos and out on my Fimi page. By the way, my Fimi X8 SE 2020 page will also be including the Fimi Mini as well. I'm going to change the title of the page to reflect that. So, you know, we'll have both. All right. If you could use that link, it would help the channel out. It doesn't cost you anything extra to do that. As soon as they get on sale, get one. Because we found out that when we did the Fimi X8 SE 2020, we had ordered a little bit down the line, like Marcus and I did. The wait was excruciating. It really was. I remember I canceled mine, and then they were in stock here in the U.S., and then I finally, or in China, and then I got it in like less than 10 days. I reordered it, and it came in. So you got to pay attention to that. My strong suggestion is when you do see them go on sale, don't hesitate. Jump on this immediately. Absolutely, positively jump on this immediately, because otherwise, you know, you'll be put in a back queue because they're going to have an initial batch, you know, let's say, you know, 500, 1,000 of them ready. And then once they're out, it's probably going to take about another month or so before they get another batch. So you have that month's wait while you're waiting for Fimi to catch up production wise and to get this. Yeah, that was a long wait, DeMarco. It really was. It was crazy. It was absolutely insane. You're going to have that delay, you know, of saying a month to get up enough product again to fulfill orders. All right. And it's going to take a while for them to do that. You know, it's especially, and I can tell you this, if this drone is as good as what we're finding out, all right, it's going to sell very well. Okay. This is an excellent price point. It really is. And under 250 grams. Okay. If you could do all these things. Now remember here, okay, it's going to be a rival to the Mini. Okay. Not so much the Mini 2, but the Mini. And I'm hoping that they're talking 8 kilometers here. Now, that's another thing that I'm going to try to get confirmed. And if I do get that confirmed, I will make sure to include that information in an update video. And, when for next week's Rotor Talk Live, which I'm going to be recording this weekend, so you guys can get that information. I'm going to be emailing Fimi and my contact at Fimi to find this information out. This was a very pleasant surprise. I'm really glad to see this. I think it's going to be fantastic. I think it's going to provide, and it's good. It's good when something comes in to challenge DJI. Okay, it's good competition for the marketplace. No geofencing. You're right, Drone Views Media. Absolutely, that's another good thing about this drone. You don't have to worry about that. That app is already out there. Okay, the app is on the App Store, and we've reported that it was probably out there about a month and a half, almost 2 months ago. So that's going to be very interesting, and they're talking about this working without a remote. Wow, that's going to be fantastic. My strong suggestion is you want to get to a very wide open space. If you're trying that without the remote for the first time, I do want to caution everybody with that. That's going to be very different trying to fly that. Okay, I flew the Tello with the app. All right, it's kind of, it takes some getting used to. Okay, a Wi-Fi drone, Jaybird, who knows? I have no idea. No idea. Like I said, I'm going to reach out to Fimi and see if I can get some updated information on this. I mean, I really like these specs, and I'll definitely include this link. And again, I want to thank Johnny Alfonso, Johnny Drone Flyer, for this. Johnny, thanks so much for sending this my way. Like I said, I've been so knee deep in boxes, I wouldn't have seen this. But it's good news. It's coming at a good time. So stay tuned. And I got some other news to share here coming up in a bit. But all in all, this is going to be, I think this is going to be a game changer. I think it's going to also push the market in the right direction. And I think this is why, and this is just conjecture on my part, but my strong suspicion is that DJI knew this drone was coming out, and that's why they got the Mini 2 out when they did. To establish the market share with that. April 6th to 8th for release of the Fimi Mini. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Matt, are those specs, would you say, accurate specs that I read to you? If you can reply back in the chat, that would be great. I would say they probably are, because I know you're the man, you're the Fimi man. You have all the answers with Fimi. I thought I had some connections. Apparently you have even better connections than I do. But the thing that kicks me is, Banggood. You can't, I mean, it's like, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. It won't be available anywhere. It may be AliExpress or Alibaba may have it, but I'm going to tell you, you got to go with Banggood, and it's just, it's always an interesting experience with them. Okay. Yes, they are. Thank you, Matt. Okay. Matt did confirm those specs. So, wow. Yeah, that's going to be, it's going to be incredible. So, April 6th to 8th, that's coming up, guys. That's not that far away. Because next week, I'm going to be, that's going to be, I'm still on vacation then, because I'm taking like 7 days of actual vacation, 7 work days, but that's going to translate to probably, let's see, 5, 4, 9, 11 total days off. So, and yeah, I'm going to be focused on stuff, and it's not going to be pleasant. So anyway, that's good to hear, Matt. Get your cards ready, guys. Ready to hit that buy button. All right. Like I said, I'm going to make sure I'm going to post links in the Fimi group. If you want to purchase it through there, I would greatly appreciate it. It would help the channel greatly if you guys do that. and I can't thank you. And I want to also take the time to mention, thank you guys for your super chats and all that you do, to help support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. I can't say that enough. Seriously. All right. So April 6th to 8th, be ready, be on the lookout. I find out about it. I'll make sure we get links up there for you guys and jump on this. Like I said, don't even hesitate for a second. You're going to need to get out there and get that. Okay. Be free for me if I pay in full with Banggood points. Gorilla Man. I love that. Okay. You probably have more Banggood points than any other human being on the face of this planet, my friend. Okay. Of that, I have absolutely, positively no doubt. Okay. None whatsoever. None. Question of the day. Does the Fimi X8 Mini sound like a drone you would be purchasing? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to fly.